Hello everyone, it's Strawberryelli here and thank you so much for joining me in another video. With today's video I want to start a video series about zero waste. And the reason why I want to do that is because after adopting a more minimalist lifestyle, I also become more passionate about going more zero waste. And that is definitely not something that you can do overnight. It is a process and it takes a little bit of effort. But I think that is definitely something I want to do. I want to live more sustainably and more eco-friendly and just do something for the earth. There's always small things you can find in your day-to-day life to reduce the amount of plastic and just trash in general. And what helps with that are the 5 R's. So these are reduce, reuse, recycle, repair, and rethink. And these 5 R's I'm going to use to start off my series. I'm going to explain a little bit more in the upcoming videos, but this video is going to be the start off, and I want to share with you my top 5 zero waste items. And all these items are going to be perfect for traveling and perfect to take with you anywhere you go, and that way I can just easily reuse them, use them for multiple purposes, so I can slowly start reduce my landfill bound trash to a minimum. And maybe that will inspire you as well. So I'd say we just start off with my first item. Especially with traveling, it can be really hard to not use plastic, because especially, for example, when I go to Southeast Asia, they use just a lot of plastic. They wrap everything in plastic and they just basically throw plastic bags at you. But to just go around that, I just go with my own bags to go grocery shopping. So for example, I have this small bag that just fits into this small pouch and I can easily carry that around with me, and whenever I get to the market and pick up, for example, fruits and vegetables or something like that, I can just take it out, and I'm going to show you how it looks like folded out. So you just unfold it and you have the pouch with it, so you can put it back in once you don't need it anymore. And yeah, it's just perfect to put your groceries in. Here you can see it's just a backpack, so you can also just put it onto your bag, and I can just store all my produce in here. And obviously it's not that breathable, so it's not ideal. So what I also am going to do is I'm going to pick up some reusable mesh bags, which I'm going to take with me traveling, and that way my produce can also breathe and it doesn't go bad that easily. But I definitely want to keep the habit of just taking my own bag with me to the grocery store or to the market. I also take this handbag here, which is made out of cotton, and I also have my backpack with me all the time, obviously. And what I also like to do is I go to farmers markets, for example, or outdoor markets, and just buy my produce that is not wrapped in plastic, and that way I just avoid getting wasteful packaging, plastic packaging, and I just bring my own bags. My next favorites are my utensils, and I honestly take them everywhere I go. I always carry them around with me in my backpack, and I just have a wooden fork, a metal spoon, which is perfect for scooping, and also just my chopsticks. And the reason why I carry them around with me is because whenever I want to eat something on the go, I have something handy. I don't want to pick up just crappy plastic cutlery. First of all, they don't really work that efficiently, and second of all, I have to just, yeah, put them in the trash afterwards, and that is definitely not sustainably and not eco-friendly at all. So I just carry them around with me. I just rinse them off afterwards, and then that way I can just reuse them, and I have them with me all the time. So chopsticks, a spoon, a fork, and maybe just a small napkin in case it gets messy. When I'm traveling around in a hotter climate, I want to make sure that I stay hydrated. Now, I don't want to just pop into the next store all the time and pick up a water bottle, because the water that comes just in a plastic bottle, and I just want to avoid buying so much plastic, because honestly you can't really recycle all these plastic bags they produce in today's society. So what I just do, I just carry around a water bottle with me all the time. So I have this one with this cute logo. I don't know if you can see it, fill me up, and I think that is just so cute, and I just fill that up with tap water. And they also have just water fountains everywhere you go basically. And I also sometimes carry a just glass bottle with me. That one, there was just some juice in there, and I just simply rinse it out and reuse it. And afterwards, if you don't need it anymore, you can just recycle it. And when I'm in my apartment or the place I'm staying at, I also just like to drink out of a normal mason jar or a glass jar. I just prefer that instead of drinking out of plastic bottles or plastic cups. And I just pick that up wherever I go because I can't really travel with that. It's kind of bulky and big. I can use that also to just have smoothies in there or juices. You can also just put your oatmeal in there, to be honest. You can also recycle just old jam jars or jars when you use pasta sauce, for example. So you can always just make the effort to just reuse these items and recycle them. So I can think just of so many different purposes for a mason jar. So I would definitely put the effort into getting one. You can just reuse that item in so many different ways, and I think it is definitely worth it. So if we stay with the topic of drinking out of mason jars and staying hydrated, I also like to travel with straws. So I have this metal straw here and also this glass straw, and I think these ones are way more sustainable than plastic straws. You get plastic straws everywhere, and honestly, they're not recyclable. So you put them in the trash and you just produce so much plastic waste. And I think just having these is just so much more sustainable and eco-friendly. You can just wash them out afterwards and you can reuse them. And also I just prefer the feeling of drinking out of these straws rather than plastic straws. And the only tricky thing is to clean them, because obviously if you rinse them out, there can also be just bacteria still stuck in these. And I just travel with a small brush, and that is this one. And to start, I actually just put it back into my metal straw. It fits perfectly. And as I said, I mostly travel with this one because I don't want to break the glass straw, but the metal one works perfectly for me. You can drink smoothies out of this, juices, and that way I don't have to keep getting plastic straws. It just drives me crazy, the amount of plastic we use in a day-to-day life, and we could just reduce that by using our own straws. My last favorite zero waste item I already showed you in my body care routine, and that is my wooden toothbrush. Now, using a wooden toothbrush I think is just so much more sustainable because it is composable. We change the toothbrush we're using around every 3 months, and just think about all the plastic we already produce by using a plastic toothbrush, and just think about switching just to a more sustainable alternative, and that is just a wooden toothbrush. I also just like the feeling of it. I just prefer using wood. It's just so much more natural in my opinion than using plastic, and as I said, it is also so much more eco-friendly and better for the planet. And instead of using conventional toothpaste that comes in a plastic container, I just like to make my own natural toothpaste, and I actually shared a recipe in a previous video before, so I'm gonna link that down in the description box. And it's just basically coconut oil based, and I use coconut oil for so many different things, and I create less waste by making my own natural beauty products. So for example, this toothpaste, and I just avoid producing more waste that is really chemically based and toxic. That is also really easy to mix up wherever you go, and it's really natural. So definitely a pro tip is just using my own natural toothpaste, and also just beauty products in general that are normally really chemically based. I like to make my own. It's just part of my minimalist lifestyle, and also I just like making my own products by using less ingredients. Alright guys, that's it for my favorite zero waste items. I would love to hear your favorites down in the comments below, and what you think about this series. I want to start from now on by just going zero waste and just reducing the amount of plastic I'm using in my day-to-day life. I want to share my experience with you, and I want to make it work in different areas of my life. So I hope I have some helpful tips in upcoming videos I want to share with you. But for now, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you have an amazing day, and I see you in my next one. Bye guys!